Hey friends and students, Mrs. Dando here, the school counselor at Ridgeview Elementary School. And if you're watching this today, chances are you possibly might be part of Dunlap Elementary or Dunlap Middle School's summer school program. Or you might just be watching this because you're really bored this summer and this was better than like sitting and watching another episode of some other YouTube channel. But if you are here for summer school, hey, good to meet you.
Oh, hello there.
Like I said, I'm Mrs. Dando, and for this summer, I'm your school counselor too.
Yippee.
It's always important for me to make sure that kids know what a school counselor is. So really quickly, I'm gonna tell you who I am, what I do, and all the amazing ways that I can help you this summer.
Wow, I can't wait.
I always like to explain to kids that a school counselor is kind of like a ladybug. No, it has absolutely nothing to do with insects. I just mean that I'm the lady you come to when something bugs you.
I don't get it.
When I talk about something that bugs you though, I'm talking about something that bugs your feelings and your emotions. As a kid, you experience all kinds of different feelings and emotions. Some of them are pretty comfortable, happy, excited, proud, joyful, energetic, calm. And when we experience comfortable feelings, we're pretty comfortable. We don't really need anybody to help us out. However, as kids with lots of feelings, we sometimes experience uncomfortable feelings. Anger, sadness, frustration, worry, fear, confusion. And when we have one of these uncomfortable feelings, that can really bug you. It can really bother you. And that's when your school counselor can help. So if you're watching this and you're here for summer school, I'm here for you. Maybe you're experiencing a really big uncomfortable feeling. It could be anything as simple as being frustrated or overwhelmed by the schoolwork that you have to do. Or it could be something bigger, like a huge change at home that's making you feel very anxious and worried. As your school counselor, I can help you learn some tips, tricks, and coping skills to handle that overwhelming situation and be okay. Now, you maybe heard that and thought to yourself, what is a coping skill? A coping skill is just something that we do or a tool that we use to help us get through a stressful or uncomfortable feeling.
Jenny, you've blown it. Blown what? My mind.
And that's what we're gonna be talking about today, coping skills. But real quickly, before I tell you about that, one last thing for my summer school friends. If you feel like you're going through a stressful, hard, difficult thing, and you wanna talk with me, your school counselor, it's super simple. For all my students who just finished kindergarten, first or second grade, you can simply let your grown-up at home or your classroom teacher know that you want to come and talk with your school counselor. Mrs. Dando, that's my name. For my older students who just finished third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, or even 8th grade, you can also let your teacher know, or your grown-up at home, or you can also click a link on your Canvas page that says Talk to Mrs. Dando. From there, it'll send me an email letting me know that you want to come talk to me.
Wow. Well, that was easy.
Remember, I am here for you this summer to help you get through anything you might be going through. Now, obviously, not every kid at summer school is gonna come and talk to me. Not every kid watching this video is gonna come and talk to me. But I am gonna come and talk to you. Here, on your screen. And like I said, today we're gonna be talking about healthy coping skills. Because as a school counselor, that's what I do. I teach you healthy coping skills. Remember, a coping skill is just a strategy or a tool or something we do to get through a hard, stressful situation.
This doesn't make a lick of sense.
The thing about coping skills is they can be healthy, but they also can be unhealthy. Sometimes when we have a big, uncomfortable, stressful feeling, we end up choosing an unhealthy coping skill. Some examples of unhealthy coping skills could be hurting other people, destroying property. Please don't throw an iPad when you get angry. Other unhealthy coping skills could just be sleeping the whole day away and not talking to anybody, staying away from all your friends and all your family members and talking to no one. These are strategies that sometimes we use to get through a big, uncomfortable feeling, but they're not very helpful.
We've got trouble.
In fact, they can be kind of hurtful to us. Instead, we need to develop some healthy coping skills, some positive ways for us to deal with those hard feelings. Now, if you're new to Mrs. Dando's videos, I have a great video from last school year with tons of different coping skills. But for today, we're gonna dive into a book and read a little bit about some healthy coping skills. And the book is called Even Superheroes Have Bad Days. I bet some of you have heard it before. So sit back, take a listen, and see if you can spot or identify some of the coping skills that characters in this book use. Some of them will be healthy, some of them not so healthy. Let's take a listen. Even Superheroes Have Bad Days by Shelley Becker. When superheroes don't get their way, when they're sad, when they're mad, when they've had a bad day, they could use superpowers to kick, punch, and pound. They could shriek, they could screech with an ear-piercing sound. They could crush wooden crates and bend metal gates. They could throw trucks and buses across several states. They could knock over buildings like towers of blocks and crumble the streets into rubble and rocks. They could use laser eyes to ignite forest fires, or fling boomerangs to deflate the town's tires. But upset superheroes have all sorts of choices. Instead of destruction and loud, livid voices, they burn angry steam off with speed of light hiking, or super extreme outer space mountain biking. They race to the rescue of people in need and delight in the joy of a super good deed. They hatch super plans to help banish world sadness, building fabulous theme parks for giggles and gladness. They chase wanted bad guys with supercharged zing, dragging hundreds to jail while police dance and sing. They track down and tame super menacing beasts and transform pity parties to victory feasts. But displeased superheroes who don't feel serene could have super temptation to cause a bad scene. They could blast icy blizzards on hot afternoons or walloping twisters and monster typhoons. They could spin super webs super far, super sticky, and tangle up towns with their silk super icky. They could rotate the planet and mess up world time, or sit back and relax while the world fills with crime. Superheroes don't get their way. When they're sad, when they're mad, when they've had a bad day, they could super rampage. They could, but they don't. Because real superheroes just wouldn't. They won't. Instead, they dig down to their super best part, the strong superpowers contained in their heart. And using their talents as true heroes should, they battle the urge to do harm, though they could. They acknowledge their sorrow, their anger, their pain, as they wait for their super emotions to wane. It's okay if they frown. It's okay if they sigh. It's even okay if they slump down and cry. But then they get up and they get on with their day, saving the world in their most super way. The end. That is one of my favorites. As you can see, some of those superheroes had some really unhealthy coping skills that they used. Yelling, screaming, throwing things. Yep, that might make you feel better for like this much time, but it doesn't really help you get through that difficult moment. However, they also had some healthy coping skills. Things like exercising, taking deep breaths, talking to a friend or someone they care about, getting some quiet space alone. Helping another person out is actually a really healthy coping skill. Listening to music, going for a walk, getting out in nature. There are so many healthy coping skills that we can use to get through difficult or stressful times. But one of my favorite coping skills to use is helping kids learn about their circle of support. Your circle of support is simply the people in your life who you can count on when you need help, so you don't have to do it on your own. In the middle of your circle is you.
Me?
You. I mean, that's who we're talking about, right? Right outside your circle of support is a smaller circle. These are the people closest to you. Typically, that's your family. It could be a mom, grandma, a grandpa, an uncle, a sister, brother, anybody in your life who you consider family. Who are some of the people in your family who you know you can talk to when you're going through something difficult? The next circle in your circle of support are your friends. Yeah, it's okay to talk to your friends. It's sometimes good just to get it off your chest and tell somebody about it. Who are some of your friends who you can trust, who you know are gonna listen to you? They're not gonna tell all your secrets to everybody that they know. You know that they've got your back. Think of some of your friends who you would put in your circle of support. The last circle in your circle of support are people in your community. That would be people like your school counselor, which could be me, or it could be the counselor at your school, or a social worker at your school. It could be a classroom teacher, it could be a coach, it could be your babysitter, or any grown-up who you know of who takes good care of you, listens to you, and believes you. Knowing who's in your circle of support is so important because it provides us with lots of different people we could talk to when we have a stressful, overwhelming feeling. So right now, something that you could do, make your circle of support. You in the middle, family, friends, and community. That way you always know who's got your back and who's there to help you. Not to mention, those people in your circle of support are gonna help you choose healthy coping skills or good strategies and tools to help you get through stressful, difficult times instead of unhealthy coping skills. Well, that's all the time that I have for you today. I can't wait to share some more social emotional learning with you this summer. We're talking about all the ways that you can be a better learner, a better friend, and a better part of your community. And before I go, this is something I always just like to remind kids. You belong, you matter, and you are worthy. See you around.